Hello and welcome to the City Managers Forum. I'm Sereniah Breland. Today we'll be going out and about with Cody Mosley. We'll hear from Dr. Simpson, the superintendent of Guthrie Public Schools, and I will talk a little bit later about the Citizens Government Academy that's happening in January and February of this year. But first, let's you and I discover Guthrie.
Check out every event happening in Guthrie. Go to www.guthrieok.com. Go to the bottom of the homepage and click on the community calendar in the left-hand corner. Once you're there, take a look around the calendar, and when you see something you would like more information on, click on it with your mouse and the informational window will pop up giving you the latest details. You can also keep up with events in Guthrie by going to the Chamber of Commerce's Facebook page at www.facebook.com/GuthrieOK. And remember to always get out and discover Guthrie. Here's what's coming to the Pollard. By William Gibson. Young Helen Keller, blind, deaf, and mute since infancy, is in danger of being sent to an institution because her inability to communicate has left her frustrated and violent. In desperation, her parents seek help from the Perkins Institute, which sends them a half-blind Yankee schoolgirl named Annie Sullivan to tutor their daughter. Despite the Kellers' resistance and the belief that Helen is like a little safe, locked, that no one can open, Annie suspects that within Helen lies the potential for more if she can only reach her. Through persistence, love, and sheer stubbornness, Annie breaks through Helen's walls of silence and darkness and teaches her to communicate, bringing her into the world at last. Based on a remarkable true story, America Workers, an inspiring and unforgettable tale that continues to move audiences to become an American classic. See it at the Pollard February 21st through March 15th. America Workers, sponsored by Carrie and Leslie May.
Well, I hope you get out and discover Guthrie this weekend and in the time that you're spending with your friends and family. It's a wonderful place, and we're glad to be a part of it. This is Chalk Talk. I'm Dr. Mike Simpson, superintendent of Guthrie Public Schools. Today we've got Jerry Gamble with us. Jerry is our director of facilities and maintenance for the district, and Jerry, you're in charge of 530,000 some square feet of building space, if I remember right. So tell me, you've been in that role for quite a while. Tell me about your time with the district and how you came to this job and kind of your progression to the position that you're in.
I started with the school a little over 26 years ago, and started as a custodian, worked for a couple of years, or a couple of weeks, excuse me, down at the high school, and whenever school started that year, I moved to the maintenance department and started mowing grass and whatever. And about 10 years ago, I moved into the director of maintenance position.
And you know, you've seen, in 26 years, you've seen a lot of changes with our district, but you've not seen maybe a whole lot of building of new buildings or things like that. You've seen some renovations and some minor construction. But tell me, we all know our buildings are not the newest in the world, and they require some tender, loving care. And that's Jerry's responsibility, to provide that tender, loving care. Tell me, what are your greatest challenges on a daily basis?
A lot of the things that we do is geared towards trying to repair old buildings. Of course, our oldest building is 1924. Our newest is some remodels that we did in 05.
And the 1924 is the junior high?
Junior high
okay.
now.
Okay.
It started as a high school. Central's not too far behind with 1929. So trying to do that, bring them to this day and age with all the wiring and communications that it takes to run a school.
It's all that technology that kind of gets in the way, isn't it? Because it takes all that electricity and all those network wires and things like that. When I look up under a ceiling panel, I see all those wires.
When I started here, very few classrooms even had air conditioning, and now we all have air conditioning, and it is run by a computer.
Yeah, and so Take me back to, we had a few snow days the other day, and take me back to what does your crew do to make our school where it's safe to have school with all of the snow and the bad weather that we've got?
Well, we drive around the district, we look at all the sites and see what we can do to make them safer, just in case that we're able to have school. If there's any chance that we can have it, we want to make sure that it's ready. Sidewalks, bus loading zones, handicapped areas, and different things like that. So we're trying to get out there and get that. And sometimes we have to start really early in the morning, stay late at night, whatever it takes. It really depends on what the weather's doing then as to how we attack it.
Really a dedicated staff that you have that comes in. I know the other day they came in on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning, I believe, and started work on that to try and make sure that our buildings were safe. And I know when we have school or don't have school, you're a part of that process. Talk about what you do on a day where we have to go drive.
Well, if there's that chance that we might not be able to, yourself, myself, and a couple other people, we get out at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and drive the school district, and not just in town, but sometimes out in the country, just see how the buses are going to be able to get around the country roads and even the highways.
And Jerry looks a lot better at 4 in the morning than I do, I can promise you. We've had those mornings. I started to say nights because it seems like we don't get any sleep, and then we're up early and trying to make a tough decision. Something else that I know you are kind of into as a hobby, you collect artifacts of Guthrie Public Schools.
Yes.
Talk about some of the history of your collection and what you have and how you got started in that.
I was helping a friend work on a collection of Guthrie memorabilia, and he moved away, and I kind of took over, bought some of his stuff, and have been collecting myself since. And probably some of my favorite things, I did a little piece for the school newspaper here a couple of years ago, and I told them my favorite thing is the yearbooks, because you can get so much information about the people and things that were happening. And the oldest yearbook that I've been able to find for Guthrie is a 1905 Logan County High School.
And what's the other most interesting artifact you're most proud of in your collection?
I've got a lot, but I've really been trying hard to collect the state championship balls.
Okay. Well, the other thing is if people want to see some of your collection, if I remember right, you always have some of it on display at the homecoming assembly, don't you?
I've got a showcase in the high school cafeteria that I try to keep updated and try to rotate the things in there, and every year I try to really freshen it up for homecoming, and people kind of enjoy it.
And that's really a neat thing, considering, Jerry has embraced the Guthrie community. He's been here quite a while. He's been a part of Guthrie Public Schools. It's a part of his life, and he's made the artifacts and the history of Guthrie Public Schools a part of his life as well. He has a wonderful collection, and I invite everyone for the next homecoming to take a look at some of his collection, because it is extensive and very interesting. I truly enjoy every year with that. And so again, we're talking with Jerry Gamble, one of the people that make Guthrie Public Schools great, our Director of Maintenance and Facilities. And now we're going to throw it to Out and About with Cody Mosley.
Out and About with Cody Mosley, sponsored by
Energy Forces Conference Center, located at 115 North 2nd Street in historic downtown Guthrie, is a great place to hold meetings or training courses. Being an authorized FedEx ship center, it's also a convenient place to send out business or personal packages.
If you're not earning what you're worth, our fear-free prospecting and self-promotion assessments and workshop may be the answer to breaking through your financial ceilings.
We help professionals and businesses build successful and quality sales teams.
Energy Force is a business consulting and human resources outsourcing firm.
We focus on the areas of your business that help you maintain compliance and foster growth.
With our experience in HR, we can help you recruit and retain quality team members.
want to send a congratulations out to Lazy E Arena. They announced that they will be hosting the Ram National Circle Finals Rodeo on April 10th through 12th of 2014. Congratulations to the new team there on securing this great event, and thank you for all that you do for our community. Along with the great announcements, we're going to see a lot of changes in Guthrie this year. The business spotlight will be changing. I'm thankful to the folks at GTV 20 for helping me out with this, and I think that 2014 you'll like what you see with the business spotlight as we continue to promote local business. Speaking of local business, we want to celebrate that 2013 saw 20% increase in sales tax since 2010. And so kudos to the entire Guthrie community. Thank you for looking for opportunities to shop local and continue to support your local businesses. I encourage you to keep on with that path and keep shopping Guthrie first. And make sure you stay up to date with all City of Guthrie news on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Follow us on our website, www.cityofguthrie.com. I'm Cody Mosley, and we'll see you next month.
Thanks, Cody. And now I want to take a little bit of time to talk to you about our Citizens Government Academy. This year we have about 18 participants that signed up to spend their Thursday evenings at City Hall, at Public Works, at the fire department, to various locations to learn about their local government. Those participants will be able to have the time with every department head that we have, and typically they get a much better insight of how the government works here in Guthrie. In addition to the Citizens Government Academy, there are numerous ways to get involved in our local government. We have approximately 13 boards and commissions, and there's typically an opening somewhere online. So be sure to go to www.cityofguthrie.com to see what's going on and how you can get involved. Till next time, I'm Sereniah Breland, and we'll see you then.